Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of No Man's Sky. As always, I'm Captain Beefy. This is the Game Vault, and in a few hours, depending on when you watch this, it may already have happened. Hello Games is going to release the Echoes update, and everybody's been looking forward to this one, including myself. There's a lot of stuff that's been teased about it, and we're going to talk about that today. This will be a quick video. Then the next couple nights I got a couple videos planned out. Saturday morning I'm going to get up early and I'm going to start looking at this Echoes content and making videos on it so that we can start looking at it in detail to see what it's all about. So let's cue up the music and we'll get right to it. Alright, so I'm at insidergaming.com. I'll leave a link to the article down below. But they've got a little write-up on details on the next No Man's Sky Echo update. It says 7 years after its launch, No Man's Sky continues to grow, and now there are new details about the next update for the game, No Man's Sky Echoes. This new update will see the introduction of a new race of robots for players. These new robots are a long-hidden race that will have what developer Hello Games says is rich new story content. Players will be able to earn robotic parts as they play in order to build their own robot. These parts are earned by completing various assignments and rituals. Let's talk about that for a second. So we've got a new race coming up. Not sure how they're going to play into things. Are they going to, maybe they'll start populating some of those abandoned space stations that we've come across. You'll notice like robotic companions, we're able to find them sometimes in exotic systems, right? I always find them, it seems, in red star systems. I think that might be the only system where we can get them. And certain planets you'll have those robotic companions you can get, you know, like the little, like you can tame animals everywhere with the little pellets. With robotic companions, you use ion batteries to tame them. So I'm kind of wondering, are these robots going to populate those abandoned stations and give them new life? That might be kind of neat if that's the case. And are they going to show up everywhere? You know, are they just going to kind of be thrown into the mix, and some systems that you have that were Viking are now robot systems or whatever? Are they even going to have systems? Are they just going to appear in weird places? Who knows? A lot of speculation out there. Tell me what you think down in the comments below about it. How do you think they're going to show up in-game? I'm kind of thinking those red star systems, or maybe those more exotic star systems, because that would fall in line with the robotic companions, and that would be pretty cool, actually. You know, maybe maybe we'll be able to buy some stuff or do those rituals in those abandoned stations that they talked about and kick off those stories. Who knows? We'll have to see what's up from that, but they go on to say at Insider Gaming, aside from the robots, the No Man's Sky Echoes update features new pirate freighters that will have players take part in new space battles. And I saw somewhere else they were talking about trench fighting in that, kind of like from the original Star Wars movie. Remember, you know, use the Force, Luke, and he had to go in and stay on target and, you know, exploit that one weakness to destroy the Death Star. Are we going to be doing that with these freighter battles? You know, we're going to be, they said something about shooting shields and stuff like that, so maybe they're going to have X amount of weak spots that you have to take out to destroy these things. Hopefully they'll have like turrets inside of these trenches for us to deal with. That'd be kind of cool. You know, who knows, man? There's so much possibility there. And will we be able to get those new pirate freighters? That's what I'm wondering. Are we going to have a pirate capital ship that will rival the big Star Destroyer style one and of course the Sentinel one? So kind of cool, man. It's kind of interesting because this whole arc that's been going on with Singularity and all that has been centered around Sentinels, but here we are getting something that's going to deal with pirates again, so we're going back a little bit on that. They're saying another addition to the game is a new staff that can be built using scavenged parts you find on your journey. The staff, once built, will allow you to improve both your fighting and mining. As you use the new staff, you'll be able to level it up in order to change and improve staff functionality. So that is fascinating. So how is this going to work? Is this going to take the place? I have a feeling it's going to take like a slot like the multi-tool does right now. Like instead of a multi-tool, you'll have another option in that staff. And quite frankly, that would be cool. I mean, multi-tools are great and all that. We just got the Sentinel ones, which are the bomb if you do them upright. But having a staff would be cool. And they're talking about leveling it up. So I'm guessing if they follow like everything else in the game, you'll find them C class, B class, A class, S class, and be able to level them just like anything else at the cost of nanites maybe. Or is it something that we're going to be able to level by doing rituals, finding parts, using it? Who knows? There's a lot of questions around that I have. So I'm excited to see what that staff is going to be all about. I don't think it's going to be something we just keep in our inventory. I have a feeling it's going to be something we use. So we're going to take a look at the picture in a minute here to see exactly, because it does show the staff and all that, and that's what makes me think that it's going to be an actual physical thing that we hold, like the multi-tool. Lastly, Hello Games has improved various issues with the game's rendering and overall stability. That's always the case when anybody does a patch. There's always those stability fixes. According to the studio, the Nintendo Switch and PS VR2 versions of the game will see substantial quality boosts. Not minor ones, but substantial ones. So I think I'm going to go and give this game a try in VR once again. I got that PS VR2. I haven't used it much. Just to see what the quality looks like, and I'll let you guys know if it's cool or not. You know, it'd be kind of fun to do that. I haven't really messed with it too much. No Man's Sky Echoes will launch on August 24th, so later on today. This is the 23rd. I have switched my work schedule to have Wednesdays off, and I was so hoping it would come out today so I could get right on it, but of course it's going to launch when I'm on a 10-hour workday, and then I've got a planned live stream later that night, so I have absolutely no chance to mess with it tomorrow when it comes out, and that's going to be a killer. I'm going to have to avoid all videos for a couple days till I can dig into this game, because Friday's the same thing. 10-hour day followed by a live stream. Maybe after the live stream on Friday, I'll stay up a little later and mess with it a little bit, at least get my feet wet. We'll see what's going on. But yeah, that's pretty much it on the article. Let's take a look at the picture, because there's a lot to be said about this. Alright, so we're going to look at this picture. We're going to start in the upper left-hand corner. We can see what looks like a freighter battle going on up there, and that's something that they definitely mentioned. So that's kind of neat. It looks like there's a lot going on. Looks like there's several freighters taking damage from what appears to be a possible capital ship there. It looks similar to the Star Destroyer style. Not quite the same, but similar. In the upper right-hand corner, we've got a space station. And there's been a lot of speculation on those procedurally generated space stations that look like that kind of share a look with the planetary archives we come across. At least a style they share with them. So I don't know if that's going to be a thing, or if that's a formerly abandoned station that's now being operated by our robots, which would be kind of cool. But either case, I have a feeling we're going to see some changes with the space station, because that's in there. Underneath that on the right hand side, we got some kind of ship there. Not sure what it is. It's a little unclear when you zoom in on it. But in the middle, we see what appears to be some examples of the new race, you know, the new robotic race. And that was introduced, what was it, the Singularity mission, I believe. We first got those parts, and you know, you can now look like one of these robotic characters, which is kind of cool. But yeah, there's a little variety to them there. Maybe we're going to get some more variety to the look of these guys, which would be awesome. You know, kind of like we'd have with the Gek and the Viking and all that. Maybe we're going to have that as an option in the actual appearance modifier. And of course, there's the staff on the right-hand side of those three guys, and it looks pretty cool. You can see the electrical little power going around it there, you know, like a little electrical aura around it, and there's some lights on it. Maybe that's like the battery or the charge or whatever. Yeah, I do have a feeling it's going to take the place of the multi-tool, especially when we look at the overall picture and the aesthetics of it. The guy on the left has a multi-tool in his hand, the guy on the right has a staff, so it's showing some kind of similarity there. So that'll be sweet, man. Having a staff would be kind of cool. You know, who knows what it's going to be? Is it going to have all the same upgrades? Is it going to have its own unique abilities and upgrades? That would be kind of cool. You know, you're going to be able to put a pulse spitter on it, or is it going to have different types of damage? I don't know. But I can't wait to find out what's happening with it. So, in any case, let's go ahead and wrap things up here. Let me know what you think is going to happen with this Echoes update. We're all going to know soon enough, and we'll be able to enjoy some of these new features for the game. People are saying it's going to be the biggest update ever for No Man's Sky. I always take those things with a grain of salt because so many times people just like to overhype everything, and then everybody's disappointed. You know, that just seems to be a big thing happening in the game. And a lot of people have been talking about they're trying to compete with Starfield coming out, and that's the big game coming out for the Xbox here in just a couple short weeks, I believe. And again, I don't think, while that game will draw on the same player base as that plays No Man's Sky, it's a completely different style game. You know, if you know Bethesda and play Fallout and Elder Scrolls type games, you'll know what those are like, and they're nothing like No Man's Sky. You know, they've got big stories in them and side missions and all that, similar to No Man's Sky, but No Man's Sky is not a game that's story driven. You can play through this game without doing a single mission, just exploring and doing whatever the hell you want. You can be a trader, you can be a miner, you can do anything you want. Whereas in Fallout type games and Bethesda type games, you have definitive stories you're running and all that. So, and they're more combat focused, that sort of thing. So, and a lot of conversation, skill trees, and all that. They're first-person shooter RPG type games. You know, a little bit of role playing involved and all that. Whereas No Man's Sky is just an exploration survival game. So, while there is some overlap in the fan base, I would definitely play Starfield. If I had an Xbox, I'd be jumping on it day one, or before day one, I would have got the version that allows me early access. But unfortunately, I don't. So we'll see what happens, though. We'll see if they're trying to make this game more of a competitor for that, or they're trying to, I don't know. We'll see. There's always so much trash talk about new games coming out. Can't wait to see when this one releases to see what kind of Twitter's just going to be awful. In any case, leave a thumbs up on the video if you liked it at all. Comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking is happening with this new update. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for notifications. I thank you all for joining me today. I'll see you next time. Until then, peace.